What's up, guys? It's your girl Maccouture from Maccouture Crafting, and we are at my favorite place to be, and I've got a Halloween Mickey inspired project for you today. Let's go hunt some pumpkins, let's go hunt Halloween merch, and let's check out how to make this table topper that is Mickey themed. All right, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.
Boys and girls of every age, you like to see something strange, come with us and you will see it's our town of Halloween. This is Halloween, this is Halloween, pumpkins scream in the dead of night. This is Halloween, everybody make a scene, drink or treat till the neighbors die of fright. It's our town, everybody scream, in this town of Halloween. I am the one hiding under your bed, deep ground shark and I fall out. I am the one hiding under your stairs, fingers like snakes and spiders in my bed. This is Halloween, this is Halloween, 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 Halloween. Now scream! Being used to clown with a terrible free. As a flash and gone to hell. I am the who and all who's hell. I am the window in your This is Halloween, this is Halloween, 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 Halloween. Now scream! And there are things that are where life's no fun without a good stare. That's our job, but we're not me in our town of Halloween. This is Halloween, this is Halloween, 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 Halloween. Now scream, in this town we go home. Everyone hail to the pumpkin song. La 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 Halloween, 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 Halloween. It's our town, everybody scream, in this town of Halloween. Doogie, baba doogie, yada doogie, baba doogie, baba doogie. He's the boogeyman. Boogie, better take care, 'cause he's gonna haunt your little nightmares. Whoa! Mr. Oogie Boogie says there's trouble close at hand. You better pay attention now, 'cause I'm the boogeyman. And if you aren't shaking, there's something very wrong, 'cause this may be the last time that you hear the boogie song. Whoa.
Since it's Halloween time, I want to show you guys some of the Halloween merch that they have in the stores right now. So this is the Halloween spirit jersey. My girlfriend said it looks like Cheetos, and now I can't unsee it. Let's see what the back looks like. So this is kind of their style for this year, and we'll see all of this on all of the merchandise. Cute. Ooh, it's a countdown to Halloween. I need one of these. And of course we have the regular pumpkins, necklaces. Oh look, they have little candies. And they have the little ghosts. Ghosts and candies. So cute. Everybody's hoping for these Sanderson sisters. I want this. I don't even know what this is, but I want it. Some kind of cauldron. Oh, it's just a really big candy bowl or something. Love it. Spirit jersey. I might actually grab this. I am a big fan of the Sanderson sisters, and it says, "Tonight we fly," and there they are. Or there two of them are, and it's puffy. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, they have it in a t-shirt. Oh yeah, I want it. Definitely want this. Oh, it's got Jack in the back. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, this is coming home with your girl. You guys, look at these ears. I don't love them. They came out with this 3D effect, but I don't have 3D glasses on, so it's just weird, and it's on a lot of the Jack Skellington merch, and I'm just not a fan this year. It's really weird. More of this 3D effect on a mug. I need a water bottle, and I would love a Jack Skellington when it would go with all of my Jack Skellington stuff, but not that one. And more of that 3D design on everything. This is really cute. It's a kid's shirt full of Spirit with Zero. And you've got Zero over there. I love when people walk him at night. It looks like he's floating. And then we have a Jack Skellington backpack with that same 3D face on it. My husband said he wanted this. He saw it somewhere and was like, yep. He was like, I just don't have anywhere to wear it. And I saw a guy in the Haunted Mansion wearing this, and it totally glows in the dark, and it was so cool. This is a $70 crossbody. Whoa. Ooh, look at this coat here. My husband did not say he wanted this one. I'm probably going to get this little tote bag. I got one last year. I like having them for Oogie Boogie Bash because I can throw all my candies in there, because you will get a ton of candy. Here's something else I wanted to try. This cider. Red apple cider, caramel apple, and spiced apple cider drink mix. Well, they're not as big as I thought they were. I bet you they're good, though. All things are tie-dye. Tie-dye is very in at the parks right now. This is a Haunted Mansion Spirit jersey. And here's the back. I like it. But Spirit jerseys are just hot for the 100-degree day that it is today. They have a cute hat, too. Foolish Mortal. I love this design right there. Next to the good old Haunted Mansion ears. Easily my favorite piece of merch is the skeleton dance.
Those waves will come out for swinging wake. Happy arms materialize and begin to vocalize. Pretty ghosts come out to socialize. Close your eyes and don't try to hide, or a silly spook may sit by your side, shrouded in the daft disguise. They pretend to terrorize. Boom! When ghosts come out to socialize. The moonlight climb the dead of dreams, arrive with a midnight spree. Creepy creeps with eerie eyes, start to shriek and harmonize. Pretty ghosts come out to socialize. When you hear the knell of a ringing bell, weird ghostly where spirits dwell, restless bones etherealize, rise the spooks of every size. Pretty ghosts come out to socialize. Pretty ghosts come out to socialize. It's wonderful. Gather round as we do saute.
Okay, we are starting a project on the 31st, and I'm hoping that it will be done by the 2nd. We're going to do 2 table toppers. For the first table topper, the fabric, the main fabric is going to be this guy here. We are going to use the world's best fabric, this houndstooth looking fabric that's actually bats, which I might use in anything, any time of the year, because I'm obsessed with it. I think it's genius. Then we've got this, that's going to be the background, and this is going to be the binding, and I'll throw anything on the back because that's just who I am these days. I am using a pattern by, so as I was doing my research and trying to figure stuff out, I came across how to turn a table topper, how to turn a block into a table topper, and so that is by the crafty quilter Julie Cephalou, I think that's how you say her last name. And then the other part we will be using, we're going to use the pattern by Kelly Fannin Quilt Designs. Now, you guys know me. Every time I get a pattern, I usually do something to try to make it my own. Kelly's pattern finishes at 8.5. I am going to make it bigger. So I'm going to multiply every single one of her measurements by 3. So if it finishes at 8, I want it to finish at 24. In my mind, that's how math works. We're going to see if I'm right. This is a very simple block, guys. So if you can stitch and flip, you can do this block. It doesn't have a gazillion pieces, and she's very clear about the dimensions and how many of each you need. So I'm going to go on ahead and do the math and multiply everything by 3, and then I will post my dimensions on my website, and you guys can go over and check it out. This shouldn't be difficult. And let's get started. So I have all of my pieces cut out. Nice and easy, no muss, no fuss, not a bad issue here. And now I'm just laying out where everything's gonna go. This was very fast to cut out. When I say very fast, I mean very, very fast. These are all going to be stitched and flipped. If you're familiar with that, you will totally win here. And then these are all the pieces. Bam, quilt block, just like that. Okay, that looks good. That looks like where everything is going to go. Perfect. Let's start stitching and flipping. I have not sewn on my IO machine, my HD9, for a while, so I'm just taking the time to put 3 drops of oil in all the oil points, except for the one that is by the, I don't put 3 drops of oil in the bobbin one. I only do 1 down in the bobbin area. And I'm going to just switch out the needles because it feels like the right thing to do. Switch out your needles, guys. Alright, so now that I have cleared up my workspace, and I think we're going to do the big guy first. So this is the big guy. This is the bottom of Mickey's face. Now I'm going to flip these over. Now the issue that I am going to have is, this is black, and marking it. What color will I be able to mark it with? I'm thinking this red marker might do okay on this printed side, but you know me, I'm always using like black and white. So I'm just going to draw a diagonal line from one side to the other. It looks like this red marker is going to be just fine. And I'm going to do the same thing on this guy here. Try to draw a red line from one side to the other. And then we are going to sew. I changed my thread. Aren't you guys proud of me? I do not have white thread in the machine. I actually changed it to black when I was doing all the things. Oh, perfect. I could totally see this. I am pleased. This is a friction marker. You will not be able to see this. You could technically do this in permanent if it's not going to bleed through your fabric. Don't do that. Don't use permanent. I hate that I just said that. Okay, I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in this corner, and I'm going to stitch on that line from this angle to this angle, and I'm going to do the same thing over here. Oh, let's get the right angle. Don't be like me and get the wrong angle. You want to make sure that the angles are going this way. This way. See, the angles are that way. I know this is where it gets a little tricky. Just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to sew on the line. Unfortunately, I don't have my table on, so I don't have this tape extended, which would be great in this kind of situation. However, no worries, we've drawn our line. It's not a big deal. So I'm just going to be sure that this is lined up the best I can. And I'm going to put this down here. I should use a leader, but I'm not. We're going to see how this does. Drop that needle. We have placed the fabric right sides together. We have sewn down both sides. Now I'm going to trim it a 1/4 inch of the way, because we have multiple layers right here. So we've got 2 layers of fabric. The fabric is over here, so this is a technique that's used in so many patterns, so many, and it's called stitch and flip. So I stitched it. I'm going to cut it. Those 2 now go in the scrap bin. We're going to do the same thing over here. All these threads. I am laying the 1/4 inch line. I love this ruler for this. And we're going to do that, and then I'll take away all of that. And now I'm going to go to my iron, and I'm going to just press this way. That's just as simple as that. So I'm going to press that. I'm going to put these in the scrap bin, and then I'm going to do the exact same thing to this rectangle over here. I'm going to grab this, and we need a one in the top right, one in the top left, and for this one it's going to go in the bottom left. Over here, this one's going to be the opposite. So top, bottom right. Make sure that these are opposites. I almost had a not paying attention moment. So make sure that it's 2 up here and 1 on either side of these guys. Now we're going to go on ahead and add some more to the pile, the scrap pile, and we'll be back. I need to test a new iron. It's sitting right over there, and I'm like, is this the project for it, or should we wait? I think we're going to wait for a moment. So here we are. And it's the Oliso iron. That's not a big secret. I hate when people have secrets. Like, just tell me what you're doing. Anyway, I have the Oliso sitting over there, the big one. and I want to test it. I want to blah, blah, blah. So, but we'll do that later. We'll just use the Panasonic for now. So now we're going to flip all these corners, all of them, on the big ones, the little ones. And all I'm going to do is roll it back and try to make sure that it's rolled back all the way. And then we're going to hit it with the Panasonic. Nice. Same thing with this one. Just try to get all the way to the seam. There we go. And I'm just going to hold it there for a few moments. And same thing here. Now this fabric is shiny. It's not burning or anything. I don't love that might be why we're not using the Oliso right this second, because it is, I don't want to melt it, you know, that kind of thing. I don't want any residue on my brand new Oliso iron. That's what I don't want. That bad boy is hot. And there we have it. We've got an ear. And I'm going to do the same thing to the rest. All right, now that the hard part is done, and yes, I do see glitter particles on my iron, so I'm glad that I did not use the brand new one just yet. Now it's time to put this puppy together, which is not going to be difficult. Let's grab these two pieces. Let's put those together. Why do they look so big? Did I do this wrong? Did I do some miscalculations? Let's see. So, turns out the math is all wrong. It will not work simply by enlarging it, multiplying it by 3. That doesn't work. Don't worry, I have done the math for us. I have attempted to start doing the math. And so thus far, we've got the bottom strip. We've got the 2 side strips. We've got this part that's sewn on. Nothing else has occurred. The top part is where it's about to get funky, funky, funky. I'm getting ready to sew this on right now. Easy peasy. Just sew all the way down. And then the bottom part will be done. Then I just have to work on the top part. So this math is looking much better. This is my... these 2 strips here, these are my ears. I'm going to sew them to either side, and I think we've got action. I just need to find that long strip that was up there. I hope I didn't cut it, because I've been cutting things, and I hope I didn't cut one of my strips that I need up. So now I have sewn this together, and hopefully this fits. I didn't even check. I will cut this out if I make another flub. All right, looks like we've got action. It totally fits. Boy, this was a time getting here. You guys have no idea. I thought that if you just take a pattern and increase the measurements by 3 on all the sides, that it'll be fine. It will not. Let's not do that. You guys are going to need to follow my cutting instructions for this. But don't worry, all of that will be in the description bar on my blog. Totally forgot I needed to sew this to this, and then I just had to cut another strip because, yeah, I must have chopped it up when I was redoing all of my work. This looks so cute. Oh! Okay, let's keep going. Can't believe it. Figured the math out. The block totally works. You could be done right here. This could be a cute... I was gonna say a baby blanket, but it really can't. It's too small for that. But it's a nice block. You put 4 of these together, you got something. There's a lot that you could actually do with this. I should visit this. But anyway, this is supposed to be a table topper. So we are going to add the sides to it to make it a table topper. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to fold these guys in half and give it a quick little press so that I can find center. I'm going to do that to all of these really quickly. You could finger press with this. It works too, where you can see it, but I mean, I can totally see that that's center. But I think I'm going to give it, well, center, 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 right? Let's do this. So because of the way that I have done the math on this, they're actually halfway is right at the halfway mark right here, so we don't need to worry about it that way. I must have been folding this, I don't know, whatever. I can see the indentation in the center, but I'm just going to fold it one more time so that I can see. This is the top and the bottom. That's the side that you really want to be focused on, being sure that that is the halfway mark. You want that to be over here. You don't really need to mark center right there, but you do need to mark it right here, and I am going to put a little press for that. Now that I know where the halfway marks are, I am going to line them up. Points out. Here is the center mark. I'm going to lay it right smack dab on the center, just like this. And I am going to sew all the way down, starting right here in the middle. I mean, like not at the end, but you know, starting right there. And I'm going to sew a 1/4 inch down. So everything worked out. I can't believe it. I have this here. Now I have these incredibly inexpensive templates that I got off of, I think, Amazon, and they go all the way up to, these are Dresden templates, and they go all the way up to, I think, size 9. This is the 9-inch wedge. And all I'm going to do is just, you could freehand this if you felt comfortable. I am putting it up against this little intersection right here, and I'm checking to see where it runs into the black here on this side. And I'm just going to draw, this is a friction pen. You guys know how much I love my friction pens. And I'm just drawing it, just making sure that it hits this. And this is going to give me the curve that I'm going to follow. See, look, now we see a curve. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. I am trying to catch that curve, and I'm just going to push it up against here and there. Perfect. And now I've got a circle-ish. And then I'm going to, I think, how am I going to do this? I think I'm going to draw a line down the center and then do some arcs on either side. Okay, so we've got the arcs already, and then I just went ahead and measured from here to here just to see if I could find some close to center, and it's 6 1/4 here, so I did 4 6/8. So just a notch over from 4 1/2, and I marked it, and I did the same thing on this side. And then I'm going to draw a line. I think I'm going to draw a diagonal line right here from this point to that point, and same on that side. And then I'm going to do the arcs on either side of that line. I know for sure that I'm going to sew on this line, so I'm not sure if I want to mark, because I'm not exactly sure what this friction pen is going to do on this fabric. You know, it bleaches fabric sometimes. So if I draw that straight line, I've kind of committed to it. Again, I'm going to sew on that line there so nobody sees it. So I think I might just start drawing the arcs on either side of the line. But yeah, I'm going to draw the line from the corner there to there. That's kind of the imaginary line. And then we'll do pumpkin arcs. I really only want to do 2 on this side, 2 on that side, really no more. And then maybe 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5, and maybe 6 right here. So I'm going to sew on this last little topper element here. It's just a 9 1/4 triangle, 9 1/4 a square cut into triangles diagonally in half. I'm matching up the 2 center points, and I'm going to pin it, and that will be that. And then I'll sew it. So here we are with Mickey. We've got the side pieces on, everything is done. I just want to start marking for more of my quilting needs here, which is going to be, I made a template. I just cut a template, and I am going to eyeball center, since I have pressed out that center line, and I'm going to trace it and get some arcs, get 2 arcs going that way and then 2 arcs going the other way, and then we should be cooking with gas. That should be my pumpkin. So I'm just gonna put this here and there. I've also cut out my face shape, so you're gonna see that in a second too. You're gonna see the face shapes. I am not tracing very well right now. Here. So I just drew the other circle there, and I think to get some precision, I am going to measure about 1 inch from here and then start that next curve. So I've measured about 1.5 inches, which puts that curve right there. And so I'm going to go right in front of that and just push it down so that it's kind of even. Looks even-ish. There we go. And I'm going to draw my second curve. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. Ooh, my tracing skills are poor. Okay, that's cool. Looks like a pumpkin. The question is, will it look like a pumpkin when I couch it? Okay, so there's the stitching lines. I like it because it's not really in the middle where all this is going on. I think I decided that this is going to be Winky, not Blinky. So Winky has the smile that is dead center, and that would be this guy. So the smile would be maybe about here, and the nose is going to be here, and then I'm just going to grab 2 eyes. And bam. Totally cute. Totally looks like Winky. I was thinking about doing the hat. Haven't decided yet. I kind of like the way this guy looks without it. And so I'm going to go on ahead and get to couching, and hopefully that comes out cute. And then I will put this down and sew it, and that's what this guy should look like. So now I have my design drawn. This is fusible fleece. It's fused to the backing. My bats are on the right directions. Bats are facing this way, and these are both facing down. That worked out really well. And now I'm going to do a little, just a touch of spray base, and then I'm going to throw some pins in this guy so it doesn't move. And then I am going to grab the other one and start quilting it. I'm just going to stitch in the ditch. I'm I'm going to stitch in the ditch all over, and then I am going to couch on this guy. I think I'm going to couch on the other one too, but I haven't drawn the design on the other guy, but I'm going to couch on the other guy, and then I'm going to bind it. And this sucker will be, oh, put the face on. Totally forgot about the face. Putting the face on, I'm using the couching, and the face will be quilting too, so that's another reason why I'm just going to stitch in the ditch and I should be fine. I'm going to really try to get these little guys out here stuck down really well with some pins and things, and then we will move on. So here we have the, you guys have seen this yarn before, the Burnett yarn. You guys have seen it. It's got that big old, you know, fluffy stuff. This one was the wrong color, so it's got the sparkle, but it's still the wrong color. So I'm using an orange, and I just have it hanging over the top of my sewing machine and through this little loop in the front. And I'm going to show you, there's this line here from the quilting that I have marked out. I have my thread in, and we're just going to start at the top, and we are going to follow the line. I have my machine set to a zigzag. I have it set to a 3.0 width, a 2.5 length, and I'm just setting it up like you usually would, except I'm putting this right here at the top, and I'm making sure that it's going to start right where I want it to start, which is right there. And we're going to place this under the needle. We're going to drop the foot. I'm just going to get the quilt kind of set up so that I'm not twisting and turning. There we go. And my stiletto is across the room, and that's really what I need to be using right now is my stiletto. Let's go get that thing, I think. All right, now I'm going to drop the foot. It'll catch it. Now, my machine takes a couple of stitches to start. Because this is part of the quilting, you might want to pull your bobbin thread up and do all the things the right way, however you've met me before. And so, for this is a tabletop where I'm not really concerned about the back. So I'm going to let it just do its thing. And I'm going to give it a few little stitches to lock. And then it's going to start zigzagging. And once it catches it, great. And then I'm just going to follow the line. I can see the line here, and I'm just going to hold it and let it do its thing. It's just that simple. Now, there are a bunch of different feet that you can use to do this. I'm just going to use my open toe foot because, you know, I like it. I was just stitching in the ditch with it. I like my open toe foot. It's super duper open. If you want a little less smashed down, you can do a smaller stitch length. I've seen people just go straight doing the same thing, and you can do all kinds of neat effects with this. This method is called couching, and I love it. I love the texture it gives, so much fun. It's kind of like the chenille. Chenille's probably a little easier because you don't have to zigzag, although you don't have to zigzag with this either, but I like it because I know that it's down, it's on there, it's not going anywhere. And then I just follow the little line, and I'll show you guys what this looks like after I'm done. So Mickey's face is basted. He's ready to be stitched down. This is the binding for this one here, and I'm going to go around and trim it after I finish sewing the center. I'm going to trim this guy out and then bind him, and binding these right here is going to be really fun. Instead of couching this one, I decided to use a decorative stitch and 12 weight decorative thread, and I love it. It's the baseball stitch, which I absolutely love on applique, and when you use it right, this is super duper duper cute. And I'm going to stitch him down. It shouldn't take me too long. First things first, I'm going to stitch down this applique with this wide zigzag stitch. When I say wide, I mean like probably like a 3.0 for the most part. I might get it a little smaller over here, but Then I'm going to do it at a stitch length of probably about 75.75. And that should be good. Is it basted down okay? It's basted down all right. And yeah, let's get to it. So the way I'm doing this binding is pretty much normal. You go around all the corners the same. You do your little fold up here. I sew off at a 45-degree angle, and then I just bring it up. And I sew down. Just regular, nothing special. Drop that presser foot, straighten this out a bit, and then just sew. Where it gets interesting is when you come to this little join right here, because it is a little funky join. I take my Kai scissors, which are the sharpest, some of the sharpest ones that I own, and I just give it a little snip right here. Just a little snip. Just that, like that, so that now it folds straight. So instead of being at an angle, it comes right back straight. And then I just sew down as usual. Grab this. And I'm going to join, but you guys know how I join. If it's not going to a show, what's the point in joining on an angle? I know it distributes bulk, but And I'm just making sure that it's straight. And I'm going to come down a little bit, and then I'm going to do my join right here.